In this video, we're going to talk about how to do a smart blood web, how to be more strategic with your blood web if you want to get the items before the entity consumes them, or if you want to level up faster, how to take the most advantage of it. If you're new to the game, or if you haven't really paid a lot of attention, you will notice that there's three circles on the blood web. This one, and this one. You'll see that all the items will rest on these circles. After you hit level 10 on your character, the entity is gonna appear. So the entity is gonna start consuming whatever items you haven't chosen. The entity will always start on the circle. The entity will always choose an item on the circle. And if there's a perk, it will always go for a perk. If there's more than one, it will appear outside and near to the perk that it's trying to consume. Usually it takes around 4 to 5 selections for the entity to appear. And after that, it will start consuming whatever you didn't choose. If you choose a perk and if there's another one there, let's say I choose this perk, and it didn't take me enough consumptions for it to appear, it will always get the other perk you didn't choose, or one of the other perks you didn't choose. So if you go for one and it's less than 4 or 5 movements, it will always go for the other one. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna select this one, and it's gonna go for this one. I didn't give it time to appear by itself. Usually it will appear like a floating blob near a perk. But since I selected this one, it has to select the one that I didn't select all the time. So it's gonna go on the path where that perk is. So it's gonna select this one. And since it's selecting this one, it cannot go backwards. So this one is gonna get consumed immediately. And it can take either this path or this path. So you need to pay attention before you start doing the blood web to what perks or items or atoms you have in there, and check which ones you want. I use a lot of medkits, so I really like some medkit atoms like this one, the gel. I also like the bandages and tape. So whenever I see those, I try to go for them. So I know that the entity is gonna do at least 2 more, or maybe 1, 2, 3 more. So I can make my way to the perk that I want to get, like this one. I only need to do one. See, it consumed this one because it was like on the way. Can I go back? So let's see where it goes. Maybe it can go left, maybe it can go right. I'll select this one because I'm also interested in this one. And I have a really high chance of the entity consuming this one. Because once it's done with the web, it'll start over. It'll go back to the first circle if there's available perks or items on the outer circle, and go for one. If there's none, it'll go for this one. The second one. If there's none, it'll go for this one. So I'll select this one, and it stopped. I really want this medkit, but I'm not gonna worry about it because it's not gonna select anytime soon. It's gonna select at least in two selections. So I'm gonna grab this one and then this one. Then I don't care about the rest. If I don't care about the rest, I'm gonna go for the items that are the cheapest, so I don't use a lot of blood points. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now all the outer items are gone. So it's gonna start consuming the ones on this circle. It's gonna go for this one. Check. And between the flashlight and this one, I think I'm gonna go for this one because it's the cheapest and I really care for flashlights. I'm really bad at it, so I'm gonna just go here and then we're gonna start over. So once you know how the entity behaves, you can take advantage of it and just do whatever you want. So first thing you want to do is look at the blood web, see what you want. I know I want this one, I want this one, this one. Um, what else do I want? This one. Probably this one. I really don't care much about this one, but I'll get it probably. Um, and then I'm gonna make a decision if I want to get saboteur or left behind. So I'm gonna go for this one. But in the meantime, I'm not gonna go straight for it because I don't want the entity to appear just yet. So I'm gonna go do my path. Not gonna select it because I don't want it to appear yet. So I'm gonna make my way to this one because I want to get it, and I don't want the entity to consume it. So I don't want to the entity to appear yet. So we made 1, 2, probably gonna appear after the fourth one. 3, 4. It appeared. So it appeared here, which means it's gonna consume this one, which is perfect. So we can go ahead and grab this one or this one. I'm just gonna go for this one because I know it's gonna consume this one and I want this one. So it's fine. We're fine. Now I can grab this one. And since I want this one, I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna make it stop there. It's gonna consume this one. And I don't care for those. Let's see what else I want. I want this one. So I'm gonna make my way there. I don't care about the rest. I'll just go by, oh, nice. I'll just go by cheapest. There we go. Now, if you want to, if you're just looking for leveling up and you don't care about the items, you just want to level up, you go for the cheapest ones and you take advantage of the path of the entity. Um, let's say the entity appears here. You will know that it'll make its way here and then here, canceling all these three. So with 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, yeah, it's gonna cancel this branch. So you want to take advantage of that, like let it cancel the most branches that it can. Let's start it. I'm not gonna select either perks right now. I'm just gonna go for items that I want. But just so you guys see, I really want this medkit, but I'm gonna pass it just so you can consume everything. Oh, it can go up. It didn't. Okay, nice. All right, it's gonna consume this one. Let's go. We did a lot. Now, now it doesn't really matter because there's no connected branches it can do. It can go from here and then select this, and then it's just like one-way path now, so it doesn't really matter. So go for the cheapest. Please go for the cheapest. This is way expensive, so I'm gonna select this one. Now, another thing I like to do is leaving one perk I don't really care for, because I know that the entity will always spawn there. And that's pretty good for me because I know where the entity is gonna go, what it's gonna consume, and I can take advantage of it. I'm gonna make this one disappear. I only have 2 perks left on my Bloodweb because I have the rest. These are the only 2 that I have available. So I'm gonna get this one, and in the next Bloodweb, I'm only gonna have this one. But what I'm gonna do first is grab this one. I really like the Cold Wind offerings because Cold Wind is a really easy map for survivors. So I'm gonna make my way there. I don't care for this one. What else can I go for? Oh, this one. Okay. It can go either way. I'm gonna select it. And then I'm gonna select this one, blocking it. And now I just choose whatever is cheap because I don't care for the other add-ons or perks. Now I have just one perk. And I know the entity is gonna start here. So what I wanna do is get whatever items that I like that are near that perk so I can get them before the entity gets them. So I want this box and I want a white word. I'm gonna go for them. But I'm gonna be fine because it's gonna take less than 4. So I should be good. What else do I want? I'm gonna make my way to the septic. I know the entity can go this way. So I'm not really too worried about that. I also want this one, so I'm gonna make my way there. And the entity is gonna go and consume whatever until it reaches this one, right? This one, which is the last one. So I should be fine. I should be able to grab both. Yep. Now at this point, I just select whatever I like or whatever is cheap. Actually like the Vigos Shroud. And we have very expensive items left. Um, I don't really care for those. I guess I actually grab the cheapest one because I don't want it to consume it. And between the both of them, I don't use a flashlight, so I'm gonna grab this one. Let's do it again. Uh, the only thing in this blood web that is at risk of being consumed is this one. Um, that I want, that I actually like, is this one. So I should be good because it's just 2 moves. I can make my way to somewhere else that I think might be at risk. Uh, let's say I want this one. I'm gonna make my way first here because I really want this one, and then I'm gonna make my way here. Is there anything else? I think that's the only one. Grab whatever I need. Like I said, I like medkits and bandages. Haven't selected those because they're on the smaller, the closest to the end level. So I know the entity is going to take way longer to consume those. So I'm trying to get whatever is on the end of the branches. So I know I can have them with me. And again, at this point, I don't really care for the rest. Just do whatever you want to grab. Cheapest. And that's how you do a blood web. I hope this was helpful and thank you so much for watching.